Hi, I'm Todd, and this is Cotton Suburbia. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about why we go outside and what we can do outside to make our yards look great. One of the best solutions I've found is mulch, and it's mulch season. So we'll talk a little bit more about mulch. The best remedy that I've found to prevent weeds from growing in your flower beds is mulch. It prevents all those nasty weeds as long as you have a nice bed or a base of mulch. 2 to 3 inches is a great base, and it's really not that expensive. Another benefit of having mulch is that it helps conserve water. How, you might ask? Well, as you water your flower beds or your tree rings, the mulch naturally absorbs the water, and over time it releases that water back into the soil. So you're using less water, and the water that you are using is staying where you're applying it. So your plants and the things that you want to keep alive are going to survive. Rather than spending a lot of time and money and energy on artificial fertilization, if you buy mulch and spread it properly, you're going to introduce a lot of new nutrients back into your soil, which promotes healthy plants and great plant growth. You put your neighbors to shame when you have a nice top dressing in all your flower beds and around your tree rings. It helps. It's a great look. So you may be asking yourself, what kind of mulch do I buy? I've been to the big box store and I see a variety of mulch. Some of them are hardwood mulches. Well, what really is hardwood mulch? Believe it or not, they take old pallets, old wood, old scraps, they grind it up, and they make mulch out of it. They also have, which I think is the very best, is cedar mulch. Cedar mulch is the best because as it decomposes, it introduces the most nutrients back to your soil. Cedar mulch is great at deterring insects and some critters. So it may cost a little more, but it's one of the best mulches you can get. The next type of mulch, and I don't recommend this mulch for the very reason that it doesn't do a lot for your soil, and that's colored mulches. The reason why colored mulches are popular is because people think it adds a great accent to their home, their flower beds. The problem with colored mulch is they've dyed that mulch. It doesn't naturally come red, it doesn't naturally come brown. Great if you want to add some spark to your flower beds, but it's not going to give you the properties that you most likely need for your flower beds. Now, it will prevent weeds and it will prevent other things, but it's not going to add a lot of nutrients back to your soil. One of the most popular mulches that's coming on the market now, I'm not a fan, but it can be a great option for you, and that's rubber mulch. Rubber mulch is evergreen. Not that it's green, but it's evergreen in that it doesn't decompose, which can be bad in that it's not giving you any nutrients in the soil. But here's the worst part about rubber mulch. It's impossible to clean, because as you add clippings, if you add lawn leaves that just drop normally, it's impossible to get it cleaned out. So you have to suck it out, you have to hand move that debris out of it, and it can be a real pain in the neck. It can look good, great, but you're gonna spend more time, it's very expensive, and you're gonna spend more time keeping it cleaned out than you would with a natural mulch. So now you may be asking yourself, when's the best time to mulch? For me, I like to mulch twice a year, in the early spring and the late fall. Here's the reason. My mulch generally gets really dull and icky after the summer, so I'll mulch in the fall. And it freshens it up, and it's great for deterring rabbits and some of those other critters that come in the fall time when they're looking for a place to hide out, and in the springtime because it deters them again. It always looks fresh and nice both for summer and for winter. Now you may be wondering, where do I get my mulch, or how much mulch should I get? Well, that depends on the square footage you're covering. But generally, mulch comes from your big box store in 2 cubic feet per bag. Now, depending on how much you have and where you live, if you're in suburbia like us, you're gonna probably go with the bag type of mulch because it's easy to load up in your minivan, it's easy to put in the trunk of your car, it transports very easily, and a lot of people will do that. So I'm a fan of the bag mulch because it's just easy to maneuver and it's easy to spread. Now, if you have a ranch or a small ranch or a large piece of property with maybe an acre, you may consider getting mulch that's bulk. And what that means is you're going to buy it by the cubic yard. It's less expensive to buy by bulk, but you have to figure out how you're going to spread it. So if you got a tractor or a garden machine or something they're going to use, or if you have a lot of kids that just need a lot of work over the summer, a wheelbarrow and mulch by the bulk is the way to go. So if you're really interested in getting some mulch, you want to know how to put it down, when to put it down, you can ask your big box store, you can ask your local nurseries. If you like what you saw today, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. and we'll see you next time.